All right, greetings and welcome to the Pick a Card for the week of November 3rd through November 9th, Sunday, November 3rd through Saturday, November 9th. This week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to creating or allowing more wealth, prosperity, and abundance into your life. What you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to creating more wealth, prosperity, and abundance into your life. So you are to select from card group number 1, card group number 2, or card group number 3. You are to comment your card selections below by Monday, November 4th in order to be entered to win our November giveaway. Come back later for the results where I will announce our October giveaway winner. Hello there, greetings, and welcome to the results for this week's Pick a Card reading for the week of November 3rd through the 9th. I'm so excited about this week, y'all, because we are so into Scorpio season right now. By the end of this week, we will be getting ready for a full moon in the sign of Taurus. And so that's why this week's Pick a Card is all about what you need to know, do, and be aware of in order to increase your wealth, prosperity, and abundance, because both Taurus and Scorpio in a different kind of way deal with abundance and increase, and I'll kind of explain that as we go. But here's what you can expect. You've already seen the opening where I showed you the 3 card groups that you can select from, and I'm still continuing to include that 1-minute snippet that you just saw, because I normally only show that to those who are following me on Instagram and Facebook, so they get like an early look at which cards to select from. And so I'm including it here so that you all can see a little bit of what goes on my pages. And so I highly encourage you to follow me over there. Also, so in this Pick a Card, I am announcing the winner of our October giveaway. There's like over 40 people so far who have, I don't know what all that dance was about. There's about 46, I think, names in the hat to win. And some of your names are repeated because you commented every single week for the month of October. So get ready, because I'm going to announce the winner for our October giveaway. If you want to be in the running for our November giveaway and you're watching this video on or before November 4th, Monday, November 4th, comment your card selections down below, and then you will automatically be entered to win our November giveaway. But in this video, I will be announcing our October giveaway winner. I also have a new product, which I will actually talk about in my opening intuitive message. So you want to make sure you tune into that. And then we'll go ahead and get into the reading. All right. So if y'all are ready, stay tuned, but make sure you like, subscribe, and share and comment your card selections down below. All right, y'all. So this opening intuitive message is a little bit different from before. It's more of like a short story, and what this short story kind of taught me, and the message, how I think it will be helpful to you. So many of you may know that the planet Mercury is fully in retrograde right now. When Mercury is retrograde, we hear that term a lot, Mercury retrograde, right? And a lot of times people don't know what that means. And so it becomes something that they're afraid of, or they are, just kind of, like leery about. And as an astrologer, I know that Mercury retrograde, while it comes with its challenges, is actually nothing to be afraid of. So Mercury retrograde, real quick, is just when the planet Mercury appears like it is moving backwards in the sky. And when this happens, it's fully retrograde for about 3 weeks, and then 2 weeks before that and about 2 weeks after that or so, is still kind of dealing with that kind of energy. So when that is happening, it makes some parts of our lives even feel like it's moving backwards, right? So, sometimes travel may be slower, or we may be more hesitant to make certain decisions, or sometimes we're moving too fast and we're rushing too much, and then that causes delays and accidents and situations. And it's crazy because I've seen about 3 or 4 accidents, like really serious accidents in the past few days, like car accidents. Or it could just be technological delays, or just having to, things just, not going as you would like for them to go. And for some people, it could even be like things from your past coming back to you, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, former friends, like, or lessons from the past, things from the past, like revisiting you and you having to deal with it. And so a lot of times that makes people feel a little antsy about the situation, but it is really, Mercury retrograde is really designed to help all of us to face ourselves, to slow down, to make sure we're making wise choices, and to not just, rush into things that perhaps we shouldn't. And so, even as I'm recording this video, I'm doing it a lot later than what I normally do. And so I'm like, just so many things happen. Not bad necessarily, but just my schedule, my timing was just, I could never sit down to record, as early as I normally would. So, I'm personally tempted to feel like, I gotta hurry up and record this video. I gotta upload it. And I'm thinking about the time that it takes. But I also am aware that, okay, Tonya, we're in Mercury retrograde, so calm down. Just so things may go a little bit differently, but things will always end up, the outcome will be what you need it to be. So stay calm. Stay calm. So that's, one of the lessons that I want to, share with you. But the story very quickly is, a couple of days ago, someone that I know very, very well had a situation where they had like something on an automatic draft, like how like you have a payment to something, a company, and every month, the same day of the month, they always, draft that amount out of your account. And so he came to me and said that this company had drafted a certain amount out of his account like way earlier than they should. And immediately, like, my Mercury retrograde brain was like, yeah, that sounds about right. So, and the only reason why he knew was because he has the alerts on his phone where he gets notified anytime a transaction takes place on his account. So he got the alert. He's like just sitting there chilling, watching TV, got the alert and was like, oh my gosh. So he immediately calls the company. No, I think he said he immediately went to his bank, and the bank was like, yeah, and you have all of these other transactions that's about to hit behind this one, and so he was like, what the hell? Okay, he didn't say what the hell. That's what I would say. So anyway, and so it was like one of those things where, okay, I need to resolve this situation as soon as possible. So he calls the company that drafted his account, that pulled the money out of his account, and they were like, oh my gosh, sir, we do see that we took that money out of your account, weeks before we should have. We don't even know why that happened, how it happened, and we apologize. And of course, like with a lot of companies, so it's going to take us 5 to 7 business days to refund your account. It's like, okay, you take the money and it's gone like that, but it's going to take you 5 to 7 business days to refund my money. So, so he's making this call while he's in the bank, and the bank is like 10 minutes from closing. So all of this is going on, and it's that temptation to get anxious or angry, frustrated, upset, pissed off, pissed off. Right? Anytime he's dealing with your money, you're going to get pissed off. So, but thankfully he was able to speak calmly with the representative over the phone with the company that took the money. And then the banker that he was working with, even though they were about to close, they were very patient with him and, working with him or whatever. And so he had another account, like another checking, another saving, some other stash of cash that he was able to transfer into this account that had been mistakenly drafted, and take care of that situation before it caused an even greater problem. So why am I telling you this story? This is classic Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde for some people will appear, like situations will occur that can like throw you off. And number one, it's very important to not get angry, not get frustrated, not get flustered, to be patient and to see like what is really going on here. Number two, Mercury retrograde. This is a really big one. Mercury retrograde is really designed to show you where there are any holes and any gaps in your situation. So let's just say this particular person did not have another account with money in it. They would not have been able to easily transfer it to cover what was happening until the company could refund him 5 to 7 business days later. Sometimes when things like that happen to people, it just throws their whole situation out of whack. Their account just goes into overdraft, and then they have fees, and it becomes a way bigger problem. And so a lot of times, like, those who are going through Mercury retrograde moments where you have these setbacks or these delays or these technological flukes where just something happens and nobody knows why, then what happens is then a series of unfortunate events follow that. And instead of learning the lesson from it and protecting and preparing, a lot of times people just get stuck in being frustrated. So the point of Mercury retrograde is actually to show you where there are holes and gaps in your situation and in your, whether it could be your time, your money, your technology, your travel. Do you have car insurance? Like all of the car accidents I saw, I hope that they had insurance. They weren't driving around, without insurance. You get what I'm saying? So, any delays that you may experience in any area of your life, or if there is a return of something coming back to you, an ex or past or previous situation, then this is like Mercury retrograde is kind of like a warning signal to say, hey, this is the area of your life where, you got to make sure things are in order, or this is an area of your life where you need to make sure that you learn the lesson in that area. Or just to show you that you did learn the lesson, So sometimes Mercury retrograde is like, wow, this situation happened and I had my stuff together. I didn't get frustrated. Wow, I learned the lesson in that area of my life. And so with this reading, this pick a card being about money, wealth, and prosperity, but also with this being in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, it's important for us to look at how all of the avenues in which money is flowing to us, whether it's our accounts, whether it's, cash that people are giving us, and how we go about allowing, if you look at what I said at the beginning, allowing wealth, abundance, and prosperity to flow to you. Because a lot of times, many of us have those ways that are trying to come to us, but are we allowing it? Or are we allowing past ideas and beliefs about money and anything, to keep us from having the abundance and the prosperity that we desire? So that is it for my story time. I have a how to thrive, not just survive, but how to thrive during Mercury retrograde. And I have 10 really key points that you gotta do this season if you want to not only survive Mercury retrograde, but you actually want to thrive in it, and you want to actually at the end say, wow, I prospered and profited and was abundant even during a time when everything should have slowed down. So how to thrive during Mercury retrograde is now available. Hopefully that link is down below, because as I said, I'm filming all of this a little later than usual, but I'm going with the flow, y'all. I'm going with the flow. I'm just surrendering. So hopefully that link is down below. If it's not down below at the time that you're watching this video, just come back a day later and it'll be there. Or follow me on my pages, Instagram and Facebook. Those links are down below, and I'll also make notifications about that. How to thrive during Mercury retrograde season, 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season is available for only $10. Only $10. And I really go in on all 10 points on what you got to do right now in order to thrive, not just survive, even when everything seems to be slowing down. All right, so y'all ready? All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm looking down because I have notes down here to keep me on point. I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winner of our October giveaway, y'all. Now I think it was about 46 names in here. This bowl is super big, so it looks like it's not a lot, but I'm so thankful, y'all. So many of you commented in the month of October. Like, it's crazy. Like, and many of you really understood, like, okay, I'm not just gonna comment one time. I'm gonna comment every single week that there's a pick a card, because every time you comment, your name is added another time to my bowl here, okay, to the hat. So I think I had over 40 people, over 40 names, I should say, 40 people comment, and so your names are in here. And I just want to first say thank you to everyone who commented. Secondly, I want to say the October giveaway is, let's see, the winner of this month's giveaway, since I just talked about how to, the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. So the winner of the October giveaway will win a free copy, or audio, because it's an audio, so a free audio copy, you know, of the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. And you know that, you know, some people suffer during Mercury retrograde, but a lot of people prosper and grow and are abundant during Mercury retrograde. So which side of the fence you want to be on? So the winner will receive access to that for free, the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season, which is a $10 value. And then they will also receive a 1-card energy reading, which is basically where I will just pull 1 card for you and give you a reading based on what that 1 card says. It's just basically to let you know kind of what you need to know in the moment, you know. So the winner of October giveaway will receive those 2 free gifts. I'm excited, y'all. So I'm just kind of shuffling like this. All right, so y'all excited? Now, I don't want no haters either. If you ain't win, I still want to see you commenting down below your card selections every week for the month of November. And I want to see you congratulate the winner as well. All right, so anyway, all right. So our October giveaway winner is... Y'all, I'm not looking. Ooh, it's like 3 names want to stay in my hand. Okay, wait. I'm trying not to look, y'all. Okay, I think I got one. I think I have one in my hand. Who is the winner? Ooh, is it you? I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Taniwa08. I believe you commented on YouTube. Taniwa, TANIWA08. Congratulations, you are our giveaway winner for the month of October. You are winning our, you know what, I'm gonna pick up this other person's name too. It's because I'm feeling so generous. There were 2 people's names in my hand, and then I just let this one person go because I said, no, only one person can win. That's why I was pausing for a minute, because I'm like, no, I'm gonna give it away to both of you. So Tanny Y, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. '08, congratulations. You are the first winner for our giveaway. You are receiving the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season, which is a $10 value plus a 1-card energy pool. And I do know this person. Wow, Felicia Williams, I believe you commented on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. So you are also the girl. I hope you somewhere like both of y'all. I hope y'all somewhere like, wow, I won during Mercury retrograde. I got some good luck. Congratulations. Both of you won the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. That's an audio. So I will send you the link to be able to download that and to listen to that. That's a $10 value. As well as both of you will receive a 1-card energy pull. I'll just pull 1 card and tell you what you need to know based on that 1 card. So congratulations to our winners. Make sure that thank you everyone else for commenting and watching these videos and tuning in. That really means a lot to me. And I'm really hoping that, you know what I be thinking in my mind, like I know some people like fast forward to whatever card they pick because they just want to just get to it, right? And I get it. I totally get it. But in my mind, it's like, I picture y'all like tuning in every week and like just sitting there like watching the whole video like it's your favorite show every week. So I'm saying that to say, those of you who do that, or just those of you who tune in or comment in any kind of way that you do, I highly, greatly so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you comment below. Also, congratulations to our winners. So don't just let me be the only one celebrating them. You celebrate them as well. And then that is pretty much it. Make sure you also look in the description box below for to book a personal reading, which I only have a very few more slots for, and that really may go away this week, which will be a great thing. And then get my book, The Magic of Self-Love, available now on Amazon. You can leave a donation via Cash App or PayPal. Those links are down below as well. If these readings are benefiting you in any way or you just want to show your love. All right, so make sure that you also click below to get the 10 ways to thrive, not just survive, during Mercury retrograde season. All right, so that is it for our opening announcements. Those of you who selected card group number 1, your reading is up next. Well, hello there, card group number 1. Thank you all for tuning in for this week's Pick a Card for the week of November 3rd through the 9th. I will quickly go over the announcements just in case you were one of the ones who skipped ahead. So make sure you click down below to book a personal reading while they're still available. Only a few left. And get my book, The Magic of Self-Love. Leave a donation, a love offering, if this reading or any of my readings are beneficial to you. And then also make sure you go back and listen to my opening message / story time, because I really talked about Mercury retrograde and how some people get stumped and messed up and backed up and whatever. Not backed up, you know what I'm saying. Like life just be going all haywire during Mercury retrograde. But for a lot of people, they prosper and profit during Mercury retrograde. So if you want to be one of those people, you want to make sure that you get my new audio called How to Thrive, 10 Ways to Thrive During Mercury Retrograde Season. And that's only $10 and it's only available for a limited amount of time. So make sure you get it now. That's all you gotta do. Click down below. And comment your card selections by Monday, November 4th. If you want to be in the running to win our November giveaway. And I just announced our October giveaway winners, plural, because 2 people's names came up and I was kind enough to give it away to 2 people. So you might be one of those people, and I'm not going to tell you those names right here. So you got to go back, rewind, and watch that segment of the video, all right, to know if you were one of the winners. All right, so on the top of your card deck, I may have it up here, but y'all, if y'all watch my opening, you already know I said I'm filming this a little later than usual, so I might not even have time to put it up here, but I just might, who knows? All right, so those of you who selected card group number 1 at the top of your deck is a clear quartz crystal. And quartz crystal is one of those stones that everybody should have, like in your starter kit of stones. If you're just getting into collecting stones or working with them and using them, clear quartz crystal is one of those that everybody should have, because it helps you to have a clear mind. It helps you to see clearly. It helps you to it also helps to amplify the energy of other stones. So let's just say you're using stones for spiritual awareness, or attracting money, or let's say you're using a rose quartz because you're bringing love into your life or something, whatever. You can add this with it and it enhances the energy of those other stones. But it's just a great stone to have. And I selected it because this week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to allowing abundance and prosperity into your life. Plus, with it being Mercury retrograde, sometimes we have a hard time seeing the paths that are open to us that can bring prosperity and abundance to us. So we get that's a lot going on. Get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season, because I go really deep into that. I mean, it's only $10, so why not? But with it being Mercury retrograde season and all of this, you want to be able to see how you can prosper and profit during this time. And I just put 3 pennies on top of it. 3 is actually one of my favorite numbers. But, it's neither here nor there. I just went with it this time. So why you selected it, I don't know. So anyway, that is what you received at the top of your cards. All right, so the first card that is up comes from a Goddess Energy deck. Wow. Comes from a Goddess Energy deck. Some of the goddesses I'm familiar with, some I'm still learning about. But I did ask, which goddess wants to speak for you this week? And you received Spider Woman. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at her. Spider Woman. And she is very much connected to, as the card says, to co-creation. And like when we watch all these superhero movies and everything, particularly like Spider-Man, Superman, all of these movies and whatnot, a lot of these concepts come from indigenous people of the world. The idea of Spider-Man or Spider-Woman or Superman. So, a lot of those, I'm not even going to all that right here, but a lot of those concepts really have been around way longer than when Hollywood put them on the big screen, right? And so, wow, this week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, or be aware of as it relates to allowing wealth, abundance, and prosperity into your mind. And with this Spider Woman, it's like I'm gonna read with the information that came with the card, but I always, give my 2 cents for those of you who've never watched me before. What I'm seeing and what I'm feeling is like, you ever look at a spider web, and particularly like when there's something stuck to the web, like a fly or something, and that's one of the reasons why webs are built, because it makes catching the food that the spider needs so much easier. Instead of the spider going around trying to find everything themselves, they create the web and allow their prey to just fly right into it and then get stuck. With this goddess, Spider Woman, being connected to co-creation, and with this week, us looking at what you most need to know, do, be aware of to allow wealth and abundance and prosperity to flow into your life, some of you really should find ways that allow the abundance that you're looking for. And it doesn't just have to be money related, but just what abundance and prosperity is all around. You can prosper in your health, prosper in your wealth, prosper in your mind, prosper in your friendships, so you have to create the web that allows those things to just be attracted to you. instead of you hustling and grinding so hard to try to make it happen, part of the creation process, co-creation, part of the creation process, a smart creator actually finds a way to draw to them the things that they want and desire rather than trying to force it so hard. And with us being, in Mercury retrograde, sometimes if you try to force so hard, it can actually be counterintuitive. It can actually work against you because you'll be rushing, trying to make things happen. And then in the process of doing that, everything falls apart. So you want to find ways to help you to allow wealth to flow to you with ease. All right. So let me read and see what message this goddess has for you. Spider Woman this week. I will read two messages. One is the empowerment message, which, just lets you know how you can be empowered in, in co-creation, because that's what this card says. And then the alignment message is, what you need to do if you find yourself out of alignment or out of balance with the message that Spider Woman has for you, okay? So, the empowerment message says, from the rich red earth, the Navajo goddess Spider Woman rises up to help you weave your dreams into the fabric of reality. She is here to remind you that your vision of the form of your desire is not as important as its essence. Knowing why you want to create something, what motivates you, what inspires you, and what beauty you're dreaming to bring to life is key at this time. The collective dream is being manifested by the co-creative relationship between your imagination and the universe. So call to the best within you and weave your world into being with intentionality and humility. Remember that you can't control the form, accept life on life's terms. When the goddess Spider Woman appears, she heralds the creation of a most beautiful dream that springs to life as if by magic. Stay with it. We need your dream to be added to the web of all creation. Wow, that's powerful. Especially the line where it says, call to the best within you and weave your world into being with intentionality and humility. Yeah, you got to be intentional about what you want. You can't just it's one thing to just flow, but it's also a different thing to flow with intention. And sometimes we just kind of go with the flow and just kind of accept whatever comes, but it's also important to flow with intention, to set your desire, to create your web, and then, yes, flow with it. Excuse me, y'all. Like a web is built to endure rain, snow, wind, and mild weather. It doesn't matter. Webs are very, very strong, and your intention has to be very, very strong. It can't be like, oh, I want this. Oh, wait, tomorrow I want this. Oh, no, I don't think I can have that. Oh, I changed my mind. I really wanted that, but I don't think that's possible. When you have a strong intention, that's like building a strong web. Excuse me, y'all. Drink my water. It's like building a very strong web, and that's how you're able to attract to you the things that you desire. It doesn't mean that there's no work involved in it. It just means that you don't have to work in the same way that you thought you were going to have to in order to make things happen. All right. So just in case you get out of alignment with everything I just said, here's the alignment message. You must be accountable for your creations. Wow. Especially when you discover they are not truly reflective of your authentic desires or reveal they belong to only your ego. It's not enough to turn your back and hope they will go away. If you have hurt someone else, you must repair the break. If you have manifested something you're not prepared to commit to, be humble and release it. The form is rarely the same as you imagine, and you can always begin again by calling on Spider Woman's powers of wisdom and co-creation for help. Sometimes you might get caught up in the strands of the web itself, only following the one you think is sparkly and matches your wants. This fosters the illusion of separation. Spider Woman offers you the alignment task of recalibrating your position. With her help, you can move out of seeing separation everywhere to seeing the truth that all life is interconnected and sacred. Again, if you're one of those people who skipped ahead and you missed my story time and opening intuitive message, I highly encourage that you go back and listen to that, because one of the things I talked about is that, you know, we are in, not only Scorpio season, but also Mercury retrograde, which deals with, which can reveal the parts of your life that need to be healed, the parts of your life that maybe you didn't learn the lesson on, the gaps that you need to fill. And so that also can be preventing, if you're somebody who's going hard and you're thinking, how come my dreams aren't manifesting? How come my work isn't profiting and prospering like I think it should? It could be because, you know, it's almost like I'm seeing a, what's that, like that saying where you if you're trying to fill a bathtub but you've got the drain unplugged, so the water's going out as fast as it's coming in. So many of you, some of you are working extraordinarily hard, but it's some kind of gap that no matter how much hard work you pour into your life, is like, it's just, is going out faster than it's staying around. And so you can't ever fill your tub. You can't ever fill your bank account. You can't ever, you know, build your credit. You can't ever mend that relationship, and you can't prosper in your friendships because you're burning bridges at the same time that you're building them. And so you're working against yourself. Whoever that message is for, I threw it out there. I hope you caught it. All right. So make sure you get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season, because when we come out of it next month, you want to come out of it strong and powerful. All right. So, all right. So the cards here, the one on the bottom is your general wisdom and what you need to know. And then the card that crosses it lets you know what could help or hinder this particular energy here. Woo, y'all. So, you all received the Fool, and it is crossed by the Three of Pentacles. The Fool, crossed by the Three of Pentacles. All right, so the Fool, when this card comes up, I really love the Fool, because the Fool, you can't pin the Fool down. You can't even predict what the Fool is going to do. And in every area of life, when you're starting something new, anything, you are like the Fool. You are really like the Fool. If you ever tried to learn something new, something you've never done before, or somebody, like, let's just, for example, like you're trying to learn how to drive. When you're first trying to learn how to drive, you're like the Fool. You're like, oh, 10 and 2, okay. Blinker light, okay. You know, because you don't know what you're doing, you know, but you've got enough courage to get out there and try it. That's what the Fool says. The Fool is like, I'm on a journey. I'm going somewhere. Where am I going? I'm not quite sure yet, but I know that where I am, been there, done that. I want to see something new. I want to travel somewhere different. I want to have a different experience. A lot of you, okay, so this week we're looking at what you need to know, do, and be aware of in order to allow prosperity, wealth, and abundance into your life. Some of you have grand ideas. So the plus side to the Fool is that he has grand ideas. When I see this card, I know you probably have grand ideas, or you're just trying something new, or you're willing to try something new. And you don't really know how to do it yet, but you have enough courage to try it. You got your toe in the water. You know, you're on the journey. You're starting out, right? This could be starting a new business. This could be learning a new skill that can help you in your business or help you on your job. That can help you, let's just say you work on this level at your job and there's a promotion available you want to go for, but you don't have the skill to be on that level, but you still want to apply. Well, the Fool says, well, hell then, apply. You know what I'm saying? What's the worst that can happen? They can tell you no. So what? Then you just still be on the same level that you on. But if you don't apply, if you don't try, you won't ever get there, right? But the Fool also indicates that, see, the Fool is just foolish enough to go out there and try. But the Fool also needs to understand that he, she, you have to gain certain skills in order to actually become a master on the next level. And that's what the Three of Pentacles is about. And it's so interesting. Wow, this is like so on point because y'all got 3 pennies on the top of y'all's car. I wish I could like put it there and make it stay. 3 pennies, 3 pentacles. And 3 often represents like a gateway, like when a decision has to be made, when there's a way that's open and you, or crossroads, and you have to decide which way to go. It represents the realm of, you don't know what's on the other side, but you've got to make a choice, right? And so some of you may be at the point where you have to make a choice about, do you stay where you are or do you move forward? With these cards here, I am seeing that for a lot of you, you will perhaps, this is the good time to actually be like the Fool and to move forward. But don't be like the Fool and just be foolish. Find somebody who's been there, done that, who can teach you what you need to know. Get the skills that you need to know. Take your, take your time, be the fool and have the courage to step forward, but also take your time to learn and gain the intel and the information that you need to step, so that as you're stepping forward, you are stepping forward prosperously. With this being Mercury retrograde, yeah, there is a part of this that you don't want to be super hasty about. So that's probably why the Fool was crossed by the 3 of Pentacles, because you got to get the help and the assistance that you need so that you can be successful, so that you're not being the fool who's just going out there and keep hitting your head up against a brick wall. You're actually getting over that mountain, around the mountain, through the wall, and you can make miracles happen. The 3 of Pentacles also indicates a time when you just need help. So it might not be necessarily a mentor that you need, but it can also be like you need a team. Like you need teamwork to make your dream work. You can't do it all on your own. The Fool is a solitary individual. Like he's like, it's my journey, I'm going, And so sometimes we can become very egotistical about where we're trying to go, and I'm gonna make this happen and it's gonna work out. But the 3 of Pentacles indicates when also, how you're successful is that you have a team that helps you to build your dream. So even if it's not necessarily a mentor that you have, you may just need to gather your friends together and run some ideas by them. Those trusted friends ain't gonna sabotage you, take your idea, nothing like that, but who really have your best interests at heart and can give you the guidance that you need. And try not to rush. Don't think that even though this reading is about this week, you may just be laying the foundation this week, but you may not see the full out result of what you're doing until several weeks ahead, until we actually get out of Mercury retrograde. That's why I highly encourage that you get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. That link is down below, because it will help you to be so balanced so that by the end of this next few weeks, you can come out of it being much further ahead than where a lot of people are, okay? So, your wisdom card that you receive, all right, is flexible. Flexible, look at that person all bendy on top of the egg. I ain't even gonna go into all the details on what the egg represents, but flexible. So I'm just gonna read it to you. What y'all need to know right now, which I already know, means, kind of what I just already said. Be the fool who has your own vision, your desires, where you want to go, but don't be so holding on to, it's got to be my way, that you can't accept the help and the resources and the guidance and the assistance and the wisdom from your team, whoever that is. All right. So flexible says teachability. Wow. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now. willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. The prosperity message says, even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share it, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little, y'all. They ain't say y'all, I added that. Then be willing to bend a little, y'all. Enjoy the miraculous results. All right, so I don't know what else. That's pretty much it. I hope y'all got it, because Spider Woman here, it's saying, you're in a co-creative space. You're in a creative space, right? It's a creative time for you. It's a time for manifestation, but you got to weave your web, in a way that draws what you need to you. The Fool is like, hey, take the chance. Go on out there. Try a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The only way to get there is to start the journey. You can't know everything before you go. But as you're going, continue to learn. Continue to grow. Pull your team together and those who can help you. Ask for guidance and help. And then be flexible. It doesn't mean you have to give up on your dreams. It doesn't mean that you have to give up on, what you truly, truly want. It just means that perhaps somebody else can see something that you can't see. Clarity we talked about, being able to see, somebody else can see what you can't see, or something that you may be overlooking. So, and especially with this being Mercury retrograde, you just want to make sure you dot every I, cross every T, and take your time. The Fool is not in a rush. Look, he's got his little knapsack and a cane, a wooden stick, whatever. He's taking his time. Take your time. All right. So take your time, but keep going towards your dreams and your goals. All right. So that is it for your reading for November 3rd through the 9th. Make sure that you get the audio down below. 10 ways to survive during Mercury retrograde season. It is only $10, y'all, and I go in on that audio. So you want to make sure you get that, because you don't want to be like everybody else at the end of Mercury retrograde season talking about woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like woo, but woo. All right. So anyway, that link is down below. Also, my video, Everybody's a Scorpio, including you, is down below, because we're in Scorpio season, no matter what sign you are in. And I go through each sign from Aries to Pisces to tell you what you need to be doing during Scorpio season. Book a personal reading, get the magic of self-love, and to leave a love offering. All right. So until we speak again, y'all, I'm wishing you all so much peace and love. Thanks for watching. Well, hello there, card group number 2. Those of you who selected this group, your reading is right here and right now. I will quickly go over the announcements for those of you who maybe skipped ahead. Make sure that you click down below, because I have a brand new limited time offer for the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. And I talked about that. If you go back to my opening intuitive message / story time, I go into a story that I just experienced just a couple of days ago with us being in Mercury retrograde, and how Mercury retrograde is just this time when stuff happens, but you want to be one of the ones who thrives through it and prospers and profits from it, instead of at the end of it being like, I don't know what the hell just happened. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get that down below. It is only $10. Also, you can book a personal reading while those are still available. Only have a few available at this time. Also, my book, The Magic of Self-Love, that link is down below. Also available on Amazon. You can leave a love offering / donation if these readings are benefiting you in any kind of way. Oh, I also announced the winner, plural. Actually, two people won the October giveaway. So if you have been someone who has been commenting Every single week in the month of October, you want to go back to the beginning of this video because I announced the October winner. If you want to be in the running to win for November, make sure that you comment your card selection from today, from this card, pick a card. Make sure you comment it on or before November 4th, Monday, November 4th, in order to be in the running for our November giveaway. All right, y'all. So I think that's it. I think I said everything. Who knows? Click down below to get anything that I might have forgotten to say. Okay, so you see this clear quartz crystal? It was at the top of your card group. Quartz crystal is one of those stones I always tell people is like perfect for everybody should have a clear quartz crystal. If you only have one stone, that I would say would probably be the one. But I am one of those, I got way more than just one. But I mean, I'm just saying. If you got to have only one, then perhaps that is the one that you should have. It is one of those stones, yes, it helps with clarity of the mind. It helps on all levels, whether it's just, physical level, mental, spiritual, helps you to have clarity in your mind, helps you to see, to be aware of what you need to be aware of and to think with clarity. It also adds its power to any other stone. So if you're using this with a carnelian, this with a tiger's eye, this with a rose quartz, whatever, it helps to magnify the energies of those stones as well. So because we are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde season, a time when a lot of people are rushing and not thinking clearly and everything else like that, this is the stone that you should probably carry with you in your pocket or wear it in a piece of jewelry or whatever, wherever you go. All right. So you also got some coins at the top of your deck, 7 cents, a nickel and 2 pennies. I really didn't. There might be some meaning behind that. I didn't really think about it as I was putting it there, but those of you who are into numerology, y'all can dig into what the number 7 means. And a lot of times it just means, the creation. You got your 7 chakras, the 7 days of the week, so in some kind of way, it's a form of completion. Wow. Okay. So we'll see how that goes during this particular reading. All right. So at the top of y'all's deck, and y'all, if y'all skipped ahead, then you don't know, because I said this earlier. I normally film these a little bit earlier than what I'm doing right now. So I'm still remaining calm because I know that Mercury retrograde a lot of times it can throw your schedule off, and you can get upset about it, or you can go with the flow. All right. So I'm going with the flow. And so that's why I'm laughing and I'm smiling, because I know it's all good. And I'm so appreciative to those of you who are watching and tuning in and going with the flow along with me. All right. So the card that you received at the very top. Oh, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna stop doing this. You know how sometimes, during these readings, I will put the card up there. If y'all see my face and the card is over here, that may or may not happen this time because, again, I'm filming later than I normally do. So I don't want to spend like forever editing. So it may be here, but it may not. All right. Love y'all. Okay. Anyway, the card that is on the top of y'all's group comes from a goddess energy deck. The goddesses, sorry y'all about that light. The goddesses have messages for us all, whether you believe in goddesses or not, whether you're a man or woman. It doesn't even matter. It's all about the message. Some of them I'm familiar with. Some I am still learning about. So always make sure you Google the goddess that I talk about so you can learn more about her story and her mythology. This week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to allowing wealth and abundance and prosperity into your life. And so the goddess who's going to speak to you about that is Bronwyn. Bronwyn. That's a beautiful card. And she deals with forgiveness. So I will read the information that comes with this goddess in just a second. Since we're looking at, is Mercury retrograde, And Mercury retrograde sometimes brings things back to you from your past lovers, exes, or just situations in your life that to help you to see what you need to deal with or what you haven't dealt with. Again, I highly encourage you to listen to my opening message because I really talk about that, and I think it's going to tie into y'all's reading today. But Bronwyn dealing with forgiveness and with us dealing with money. Sometimes we have to forgive even how we behaved with money. We look at our credit score, we look at, our bank account or just whatever. And it's like, wow, gosh, I got, so much to do to fix this situation or to repair it. And the first way you repair it is by forgiving yourself. The first way to allow new abundance and wealth and prosperity to flow into your life is by forgiving yourself. And forgiveness doesn't just mean like absolving. Yes, the situation or the person or whatever, but it's also about setting up certain parameters so that those same mistakes don't happen again. Some of you maybe have even been in relationships with people who affected your money in some kind of way. Or have just, maybe it's not even money related, but there may be something that you're dealing with, and your anger, your frustration, your irritation, every time you think about that person, that situation, that thing that happened, it just bothers you so much that becomes the thing that blocks your money from flowing to you. And with y'all getting these 7 coins on the top, even, dealing with, completeness and wholeness to a certain extent, it's time to become whole. It's time to become whole in your finances, whole in the matters of your heart, and not a hole in it, whole and complete. And I keep seeing like the 7 chakras, but I didn't want to talk about it because time-wise, I didn't really want to go into all of that. But if you know anything about the chakras, if you don't, just Google it. You got the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, and they deal with all parts of ourselves. Your root, your security, your home, your family, your roots, where you come from. The sacral chakra being that sexual energy, your creativity energy, your solar plexus, your will, your drive, how you show up in the world. Your heart chakra dealing with all matters of the heart, love, self-love, compassion, forgiveness. Throat, being able to speak your truth and speak clearly. Third eye, helping you to see what you normally can't see. Crown, really connecting to that spiritual God, goddess, divine, ancestral, whatever, however you practice energy. So all of those working together help to make you whole. And so, when I say allowing wealth and prosperity into your life, a lot of times when we think about prosperity, we're thinking only in terms of money. But when you look up the definition of prosperity, it's a whole thing. It involves your whole self. Prospering in your money, your health, your mental health, everything. And so if any one of those has something in your life that needs to be forgiven, needs to be made whole again, that could be the thing that is blocking your overall prosperity, So I'm going to read the information that came with this card. The first message is the empowerment message, which deals with how you can use the information of Bronwyn, or the story of Bronwyn, to be empowered. And then I will read the alignment message, how to get back in alignment if you're out of alignment with the empowerment message. All right. So the empowerment message says, sometimes life invites us into conditions that challenge us to the core. As the Celtic goddess Bronwyn forgave those who caused her own death by a broken heart, she asks you to set yourself free from the seeds of resentment that will surely choke the life out of your dreams. We are wounded by others and weave stories about our hurts and losses that live on in our hearts and minds. We come to distrust the potential of love and connection. No matter what your story or when it began, forgiveness is the key to freedom here. Forgiveness allows for mending and repair, opening the heart to give and receive. If you need to forgive yourself or others, now is the time to do it. Keep your heart open and you can begin again. Only beauty, freedom, and treasures are found in the spirit of forgiveness. The goddess Bronwyn is here to support you. And again, I want to emphasize that forgiveness is not pretending that something didn't happen and then just allowing it to continue to happen over again. Whether you were the one who did it to yourself or somebody else, requires forgiveness of you. Forgiveness is, is absolving the situation so that you can move forward. Absolving and resolving the situation so that you can move forward. And that's what Mercury retrograde time is really good for, because it can bring things back to the surface that you're like, oh God, wait a minute, I thought I dealt with that. And it's like, no, you didn't, because you're still mad. You still mad just like you were when it happened. You still upset with yourself or frustrated, whatever. So, forgiveness is really about being able to move on in a way as though that hurt never happened. Even when you think about your credit, right? When a debt or a loan is forgiven, that means you don't owe anything else on it. You can actually move on as though you never even owed anybody, right? It's like it just is not even there. It's not hurting you and it's not hindering you anymore. So some of you may have situations that are still hurting or hindering you in a way that's blocking your money and your wealth and your prosperity from flowing to you. And it could really even be a matter of the heart, because if you are unforgiving in your heart, or you just got so much anger in your heart, you can't see clearly how to prosper your own self. Or you may be prospering in your finances, but again, prosperity deals with your whole self. So you can prosper in your finances, but suffer in your physical health. And then, if you're sick all the time, but you got a lot of money, then you're still not prosperous. You see what I'm saying? So we want you to prosper in your whole self. So anyway, the alignment message that Bronwyn has for you says, sometimes we unintentionally cause hurt or pain to others. Sometimes our motive really is to hurt. Now's the time for self-inventory and making amends. Your alignment task is to be 100% accountable for your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, motives, and actions. You are not doing this, however, to experience forgiveness from someone else or even from yourself. It's to have the strength and the fortitude to be accountable and take responsibility for your actions. And this way, neither guilt nor shame can take root in your heart. You stand empowered and humble with your head held high. No matter the consequences, you will always be the beneficiary of such an act. The goddess Bronwyn says deep healing comes from this kind of courage and respect. So, and with us being in Scorpio season, if those of you who watch my video, everybody's a Scorpio, including you, that link is down below. I really go through each sign and I tell everybody, Scorpio season is really the time for digging deep, really going into those hidden little crevices of your heart and your mind, all those stuff that you might not want to face about yourself, and really honestly look at yourself, because it's the stuff that's down deep within that is affecting what you are seeing. Okay, so now's the time to do that self-inventory and to forgive and heal and repair all of that so that you can prosper abundantly going forward. All right, we're about to enter into a new decade, y'all, so this is the time. Okay, whew. All right, I'm already 15 minutes into y'all's. All right, here we go. So anyway, the card here on the bottom. Ooh, yeah, y'all gonna need to prosper. Come on now. The card here on the bottom is your general information and wisdom. The card that crosses it is the card that can tell you how to what might help or hinder this energy here. So this card has just been coming up almost every single week in somebody's group. You have the Nine of Pentacles, and it is crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, and it is crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance. It is a card of luxury living, of prosperity, of joy. Look at all them sunflowers there. I love this card. She's so beautiful. The Nine of Pentacles is about having done the work so that you can experience the prosperity, the luxury, the wealth. It's about enjoying life. But with it being a 9, it is about after having done the work. So looking at the goddess that you all receive, some of you, the work really is to heal, to prosper. Some of you actually need to pull your credit reports this week. Look at what's going on. Face it. Don't fear it. There's no reason to fear anything. Some of you actually need to look at where your money is going. Like actually sit and look, okay, where's all of my money going? I'm not saying you got to change anything. I don't know your situation. You're not the only one who selected card group number 2. So take this however it applies. But look at everywhere that your money is going. And does it lead to your overall joy, happiness, prosperity, peace of mind, peace of body, peace of just enjoying life? Does it? Or do your habits... And somebody is giving money to a person or people who don't deserve it. And that might be why this is crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. I don't think this is for everybody, but somebody watching is like, maybe I'm just going to say it like I feel it. Like, you ever see those... I mean, this could go either for a man or a woman, but I'm a woman, so I'm going to speak it from a woman's perspective. Like women who be like paying a man, like buying men new shoes and clothes and paying all his bills, and he don't do nothing but sit on the couch. I mean, I get it. Everybody talk about, you know, this whole equality and everything. So some of y'all might be saying, well, women do the same thing. Whatever. But the point I'm saying is... You know, it's different if you're doing that and that's truly the arrangement that was made, and there has to be that reciprocity, right? There really has to be that type of reciprocity. But if it's not, and that person is just draining you and you're thinking like, if I give him more money, if I pay for this, if I take care of that, if I buy him lunch, if I take him, if I do all of this stuff, then he will like me. And if he's taking all of that and he's not giving it back to you, if there's no reciprocity, and you're feeling drained, you really need to pay attention. It is Mercury retrograde, so you will be called to pay attention, because there's no reason why you should be going broke or struggling trying to supply somebody else's needs. And really you may be doing that because that's a lack of self-love and self-worth. That's not for everybody who picked card number 2, but if it's for you, that's my gift to you. Receive it and heal it and move and forgive it and move on. All right. But what I'm really feeling though, because the Knight of Pentacles, seeing as how it's crossing the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles actually deals with doing the work, plotting, planning, strategizing, and putting in those man hours to do the work. So if let's just say you're somebody who needs to repair your credit, needs to get your bills in alignment, right? Then this is the time to do the work. It may feel slow at first. Again, because we're in Mercury retrograde, a lot of things feel slow, behind, stagnant, delayed. And you may be tempted to be frustrated because things aren't moving as fast as you would like them to. But if you do the work now, in the coming weeks, you will see it pay off. You will see, and especially some of y'all, because we're in November, some of y'all, once we hit that first month of 2020 in January, like y'all will really see the fruit of your labor now. So if you do the work now, if you set your financial goals, if you have a financial vision and you plot your course and you do what's necessary to forgive the mistakes of the past and heal it and create a new pattern Some of you need to create new patterns for how you utilize your money, new patterns for how your money flows. And if you do that, because the Knight of Pentacles is about, you may not see the outcome tomorrow, but if you do it enough times, it's like any other habit. You do it enough times, do it for 21 days. Y'all got 7, do it for 7 days, or 7 times 3, 21 days, right? And you'll create a new habit that by the end of this month, the end of December, the end going into January 2020, like you'll be like, wow, I really see my money's starting to stack up, or my credit is improving, or things are just kind of shifting, because you want to, obviously, this is the first card that came up. You want to experience luxury and prosperity and abundance. This is what's happening for you. This is what is available for you. The Nine of Pentacles is like the lap of luxury, meaning I done earned my money. My money is making money, right? My money is making money that I don't even have to work hard anymore, But if you work hard now, then you will lay the foundation. You'll plant those seeds that will then work hard for you in the coming months, so that you will prosper and profit as you desire. And for those of you who maybe this message isn't necessarily money related, but it could just be any area of your life where you need to prosper and grow and flourish in your life. If you do the work now, you'll see it. You'll see it. It's there for you. It's waiting for you. All right. So the wisdom card, wow, the wisdom card that you all receive is message in a bottle. Oh, I guess y'all can see that. Because who knows if it's up here. I don't know yet. I ain't edited it yet. Anyway, message in a bottle. All right, so I know that's usually when Spirit will speak to you almost like serendipitously. I can speak. Anyway. Message in a bottle. Communication, a sign. Claydon, the ancient name for a spontaneous miracle, a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. The prosperity message says, you are on target with your purpose and your passion. You are coming into alignment with your destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact that will lead you closer to your dreams and greatest desires. Spirit has been listening to you. Wow. So that's powerful, because with us being in Mercury retrograde, sometimes, a lot of times people fear like something negative coming back to them. And some of you may be seeing this, like you may be like, oh my gosh, I see my, all that money I spent is now showing up on my credit report, or that X is coming back, or this lesson is coming back, whatever. But also, message in a bottle says what could come to you is also an old friend, speaking to you of an opportunity, or just an opportunity coming to you, but you have to be open and aware for the messages that are being sent to you. So while some of you may be experiencing some of the slowness and stagnation and frustration and roadblocks that can come with Mercury retrograde, but in those, if you don't get frustrated, what will happen is you will also see your way out. You will also see the opportunity. You will also see the way to strategize. You will also see the way to your financial wealth and prosperity. But you have to pay attention and be aware of, the messages that are coming to you and that are presenting themselves to you. All right, so that is it for y'all's reading for the week of November 3rd through the 9th. Make sure you click below to get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. Only $10, and I go in deep on what you got to do. Also, book a personal reading, get the magic of self-love. Comment your card selections by Monday, November 4th in order to be in the running to win our November giveaway. Leave a love offering or donation, and make sure you go back and listen to my opening message and when I announce the winner, because it could be you. All right, so that is it for your reading this week. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace and love. Well, hello there. Welcome to the results for card group number 3. I will quickly go over the announcements just in case you were one of the ones who skipped ahead. Make sure that you go back and listen to my opening intuitive message / story time, because I talk about this Mercury retrograde that we are in now, and I actually, tell a little story and what I did, or what the person did because it wasn't me, what the person did to get around the little loop that Mercury retrograde was trying to put on their path. Also click down below to get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. I really go in to share with you what you need to do in order to really thrive right now and not be all caught up. Because some people, when we get out of Mercury retrograde, are going to be like upset, and some people are going to be like super happy because they did the right things. So make sure you get that. That's only $10, but for only a limited time. And click the link below to book a personal reading while they're still available. Get my book, The Magic of Self-Love, also available on Amazon. Leave a comment of your card selection by November 4th so that you can be in the running to win our November giveaway. But if you skipped ahead, you might have won our October giveaway, because guess what I did? I announced the October giveaway winners. Yes, plural, because 2 people's names came up. So, those 2 people won, and you might be one of the 2. So don't be missing your blessings. All right, so go back and see if you are one of our October winners, but you can also be in the running to win for November when you comment your card selections down below. Also, support this work. Consider leaving a love offering / donation via Cash App or PayPal. Those links are down below. All right, so at the top of y'all's card, y'all received a selenite. I don't know how good y'all can see that. How people be doing? They be doing like that. I don't know. Anyway, selenite. And selenite is one of those stones. It's really good to have because it really helps you to receive divine wisdom and guidance. It helps you to see things and even come up with ideas that perhaps you would not have known how to do on your own, how to create on your own, because it's coming from, a divine space, from God, goddesses, your ancestors, your higher self, however you believe. Again, you're not the only one who selected card group number 3, so I got to speak to everybody. But so it helps you to hear divine messages. It's also a stone that's used for protection and actually even good luck, which I just discovered. I've always used it more so with dreams and hearing divine messages and stuff. But I recently discovered that it's, people also use it to attract good luck. So it's fitting that, this week we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to allowing wealth and abundance and prosperity to flow into your life. So, whether you believe in luck or not, I mean, it's just, what some people call luck is really you just intentionally aligning yourself. So anyway, so if you want to know more about this stone, what I always tell you to do, Google selenite. All right, so you also receive some coins, since we're talking about money and prosperity and wealth and abundance. A nickel, a dime, and a penny. So that's 16 cents, which breaks down to 7 for those of you who, deal with numerology as well. So we'll see if that plays into your reading. At the top of your cards, you received a card from a goddess energy deck. Now, I always ask when I'm shuffling before I do these, when I'm shuffling before I do these, I always ask, which goddesses want to speak? Who has something to say this week to my audience. And so I will give, you know, my own information about, I'm trying not to have that light on there. I'm sorry, y'all. Whatever. Um, um, I will give my own insight as to, you know, what I think you need to know, but I'll also read what information comes with this card. The picture of the card may or may not be showing up here. And those of you who listen to my opening message already know why. It's Mercury retrograde. So my timing was thrown way off this week, but I'm also going with the flow. That's one of the magic tools of dealing with Mercury retrograde. So I may or may not have time to edit in a way that will put that card up there. So if not, oh well, it's all good. Morgan is the goddess that you receive, Morgan. And now don't be afraid, y'all, so calm down. But she does deal with death and magic. Death and magic. And Morgan, there's a lot of times when if you Google this particular goddess, it'll say the Morgan, because she comes in different forms. And so sometimes it's like she's pluralized. So you're referring to all of them. But, you know, on this card, it just says Morgan. And death and magic. And this particular goddess, it's so interesting that it's Scorpio season. The season of death and magic and transformation, and the going into the darkest, deepest, darkest parts of yourself to pull out your own personal magic, allowing certain things to die from your life, allowing certain habits that are no longer beneficial to you to die, to look at yourself truthfully and honestly, the naked, unadulterated truth, and not being afraid of that. Not being afraid of your own darkness, so that's where your magic lies. That's where your power lies. But this particular goddess, if I remember the story correctly, like she really, I believe she was like in love at one point. Like she had a love interest, and he couldn't recognize her in all of her different forms. So finally, she like led him out on the battlefield, if I'm not mistaken, and I think he died in the process. But then he realized, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been overlooking you this whole time. How this plays into, you know, us on the mundane level, I really do think it's like, you know, you know, I'm trying to not go into too deep, because I always give myself a certain time allotment with talking to each one of these card groups. So if you want to go deeper, you got to do three things. Number one, go back and listen to my opening message where I gave the story time about Mercury retrograde. 2, click the link below to watch for free Everybody's a Scorpio, including you. I don't care what sign you are. You can be Aries all the way to Pisces. It doesn't even matter. We're in Scorpio season, so you have to know what the Scorpio energy is and how it applies to you. And I go into each sign in that video as well. And then thirdly, those are 2 free things. Plus this video is free. So don't even trip. I don't even want to hear it. The third thing is, will cost you, but it will only cost you $10, which is how to thrive during Mercury retrograde season. That link is down below, and it's only available for a limited time. And I'm not even shameful about that plug, because it's going to help you with this. The reason why I say those 3 things, because we are in the season of death. We are also in the season of Mercury retrograde, which is dealing with things slowing down. And so many of you need to use this time. Apparently, if you pick this group, you've got it. If you don't use what you have, you could bring death to it. If you don't use your magic, if you don't use your power, if you don't tap into the gifts and all of what makes you powerful deep within, some of you have been sleeping on yourselves, is what I'm saying. And you won't get the depths of what I'm saying until you really listen to, till you get everything I'm saying in the other videos about Scorpio and Mercury retrograde. But basically this time, y'all can't, Some of y'all can't waste no more time. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm gonna wait till New Year when my New Year's resolution. Some of y'all might actually lose the things that you're waiting for if you wait until the new year. That's why you got to move now. That's why you got to, that's the only reason why I'm pushing those 3 things that I mentioned so hard, because some of you really have to act now. Some of you actually need to, whatever it is that you overlooking about yourself, and I'm really feeling like some of you have gifts and talents that you're not using. And you keep saying, well, okay, well, I'm gonna start fresh next month. Okay, well, you know what? We're at the end of the year, 2019, it's, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna start fresh at the beginning of the year, but you might not have the beginning of the year. Not that I'm saying death, I'm saying you may not have the opportunity to put things into place at the beginning of the year. Now is the time. You only have now. You're only promised right now. So the opportunities that you think and all of this stuff, really, those are just excuses. So those of you who are using excuses, like, okay, I'm gonna mend this relationship later on. I'm gonna heal this later on. I'm gonna deal with this issue in my life, a little bit later. I just can't. And what I'm feeling like some of you are saying, I just can't, is, 2019 has just been a lot going on. I just can't even deal with that right now. I got this on my plate, this. I got to focus on this. And some of you are so looking only at right now and what has to happen like today, that you can't even, you're not allowing yourself the time to go deep, to deal with those deeper issues, to deal with the issues that may take more time. And when I say issues, I mean even dealing with the depths of yourself, to bring your talents, your gifts, what makes you, your own magic of self-love, to bring that up to the surface so that you can prosper in the months and the weeks and the years to come. If you keep doing this, if you keep being short-sighted, like the man who was overlooking Morgan, he couldn't see her, and then she came back with a vengeance. So, Scorpio season teaches us, and even Mercury retrograde teaches us so powerfully, that the stuff that we keep sweeping under the rug, the dark stuff, the hidden stuff, the stuff we don't want to deal with because we don't have time, or we just don't have the energy, and we're sick of it, we just, will come back to bite us in the ass. So this is the time, whatever that is for you. I don't know what that is for you, but whatever that is for you, it could be something really, really serious, or it could just be something that you should be doing that you keep dragging your feet about. This is not the time to do that. This is the time to get on point. This is the time to put things in order. And for some of you, it won't even be as hard as you think it is. You've been dragging your feet because you think it's going to be hard, laborious, it's going to take a lot of time, it's going to cause a lot of drama. It won't. When you speak with power, when you act with power, decisively and with intention, then the things that you need to move will move. The avenues and the doors that you need open will open. It's just waiting on you to step in your own power. Woo! All right, y'all. 13 minutes on y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move ahead. Hope y'all received. Hope you received that. So Morgan, the empowerment message that Morgan has for you says, consider your life a magical gift and your experience of it a beautiful opportunity to leave the world a better place. You give that gift back when death comes and ends your time on this plane. Experiences, relationships, projects, and even long cherished dreams are all subject to the natural laws of death and magic. Of death and the magic of the Celtic goddess Morgan. Now is the time for you to let certain parts of your life die and recognize this process as something to celebrate as well as to mourn. Let go with love and gratitude. Leave your fears behind. For in death there is great magic, as nothing can ever be truly destroyed. From the ashes of the old, a new life and new dreams will come to be. Face this time with dying and death with love. Face this time of dying and death with love and courage. Be willing to be empty. Soon the goddess Morgan will fill you up with magic and a new world will be born for you. This is her gift for you when you surrender your resistance and allow things to be as they are. We are talking about how to allow wealth, money, and prosperity, and abundance, I think is what I said, to flow into your life. How do you allow that? Some of what some of you have to do is to surrender, and what needs to die is your excuses. Some of you have some real talents and gifts, but you've got just as many excuses that keep you stuck and stagnant. So it's time to let that die. It's time to let those things go in your life. The alignment message, and this is what you do when if you're out of alignment with being able to surrender, says magic is everywhere and in all aspects of life, including death, dying, decay, and what is dark and hidden deep within our very natures. Yet in our modern culture, we spend so much time in denial, concocting ways to avoid death, refusing to allow nature to be true. We've lost so much wisdom as a result. You're being invited to address the areas in your life that no longer serve and that need to die without a promise of what will take its place, which takes faith to do that, right? Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking? Like the caterpillar who has no idea how to be a butterfly, you must surrender to the process of metamorphosis. You must make room for the miracle while at the same time not demanding certainty. The magical death goddess Morrigan offers you the alignment task of self-inquiry. What death are you resisting right now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How has fear ruled your choices? Who could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms? Your magic is so much stronger than you think. You can do this. Your dreams depend on it. Morrigan will be with you every step of the way. I ain't gonna say nothing else because I talked enough on that point. So hopefully you got it. All right. So, the card on the bottom is like your general wisdom, or perhaps where you are at this time. What crosses it is what lets you know what can help or hinder what this card is telling you. All right. So you receive the 5 of Cups, and it is crossed by the Chariot. The 5 of Cups, and it's crossed by the Chariot. And we all know it may or may not be up here. Don't hold it against me, y'all. Mercury retrograde, I'm letting things flow. All right, so the 4 of Cups. I mean, just look at this guy here. Just look at him. I mean, you don't even need me to interpret. Just what are you feeling? He's looking at his little cup. He's looking at what he lost. He's probably all sad. He's like, oh my gosh, I lost everything, so I gotta hold on to this last little cup, because the cups deal with emotional fulfillment. The cups deal with your feelings and your matters of the heart. But he's got his head slumped down. He can't even see that the sun is shining behind him. He's refusing. He's in such a state of despondency emotionally, or devastation, that he can't even see how this devastation, that there's glorious restoration right behind him. The 4 of Cups, when I see the 4 of Cups, I know that, you know, you may have experienced some disappointment, some struggling, some lack, some roadblocks, some whatever, heartbreak, whatever, however that applies to you. You're not the only one who selected card group number 3. But, you know, and you just can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop being hurt about it. And you might be, I mean, you may be legitimate in your feelings, right? Somebody may have really hurt you. You may really have had experienced some sort of loss. It could be family. It could be your money. It could be, you know, anything that meant something to you. And you're just like tired of hoping, tired of wishing, tired of waiting, tired of, you know, wondering when things are going to turn around. And because of that, you also because so much of your energy may be so focused on what has gone wrong and what's not working, that you're missing the sunrise. You're missing how the divine, what I say, this selenite divine messages, you're not even hearing or haven't been able to hear how spirit is directing you out of that emotional state. This week, we are looking at what you most need to know, do, and be aware of as it relates to allowing abundance, prosperity, and wealth into your life. This can be financial wealth and prosperity, but the word prosperity or to prosper really deals with all aspects of yourself, not just your money, but your health, your mental health, your physical body, your peace of mind, as well as your money and your business and your income and whatever else, whatever prosperity deals with your expansion and your growth as a whole person. And so if you've experienced setbacks and things, it's like Morgan is saying, okay, it's time to bring an end to that end. Okay, whatever has ended, whatever has been disappointing you, it's already disappointed you. So bring an end to that end. Bring an end to that death. Bring an end to that disappointment. Like, some of you may be allowing certain disappointments and stagnation and roadblocks and whatnot to be a perpetual death, a perpetual disappointment. Like that person disappointed you that one time on January 3rd of 2019, and every day since then you've been disappointed, right? And so it's time to bring an end to that end. If something has ended, let it go. If something has left your life, then allow it to be let go. And a lot of times we hold on, like the message that Morgan was saying, a lot of times we hold on because we need certainty that if I let go of this thing, that there will be something else. And because you don't feel that certainty, you may be reluctant to let go. But the thing about life, and this is what the message didn't say, but the thing about life is that it does give you certainty. It does give you certainty. It may not be specific that, oh, you will specifically get this, right? But it does give you certainty that newness and new life will come to you in some kind of form. New love, new money, there's no ending. The mystery of death is that there really is no death. That's the thing. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. If you, when you watch Everybody's a Scorpio, including you, I talk about how Scorpio season its opposite sign is Taurus, and Taurus happens in the springtime, and Taurus is all about life and growth and love, and the flowers are blooming, and then boom, we hit Scorpio season, and there's death, the Day of the Dead, Halloween, the leaves are falling, it's getting cold, stuff is dying, because with life comes death, but with death comes life. And so when you release something, what is certain is that new life will come. And it will come in a form that you can't be certain of, but it will definitely be better than whatever needed to die. You can just go ahead and make that certainty if you need some kind of certainty. If you've had a horrible relationship, if your credit is messed up, you lost a lot of money, you're not prospering in your health, and you're letting go of the sickness, disease, death, endings, disappointment, loss of money, bad credit. If you're letting that go, the opposite of that is better credit, better health, new love, new opportunities. So you might not know specifically what that looks like, but it will be better than what has died. Because if you try to hold on to something that has ended, that is dead, you're just gonna be walking around with a bag of bones. With no flesh on it, no life, right? You're gonna continue to be disappointed. So it's crossed by the Chariot, and the Chariot is a card. I'm glad that this card is crossed by the Chariot, because the Chariot is a card. The Chariot, or the warrior who's pulling the Chariot, is focused. He is seeing ahead. I like what I heard somebody say. How a chariot if you look at the chariot, if you watch like those old movies where like they're fighting, they're pulling it's a chariot or whatever, pulling a chariot, whatever. Um, it's hard for those things to turn, because if they turn too sharply, the whole wheels and the cart behind it will just kind of fall over. A chariot is designed to plow forward. Is usually when in battle, the chariots they go first, because they're focused. They got a goal. They're heading straight towards the enemy that's facing them, with focus and clarity on who they gonna get, right? And so likewise, many of you, you can't look to the right or to the left. You got to be like the chariot, who is so focused, you know what I mean? Who is not deterred by the past. The chariot isn't even designed to run backwards. It only runs forward. Okay? Your progress is ahead of you. And if you're so focused on what has happened, what has gone wrong, what has disappointed you, then you won't be able to break through any barriers and to move ahead. Your magic is in front of you. It's ahead of you. And perhaps that's why I was saying you can't wait until 2020. You know what I mean? You can't to start doing that work. You can't be, because that's some bull. That's just some excuses, y'all. It's just some excuses to keep putting off what you need to do now. You need to be focused on your desires, your goals, your what you want to change. Scorpio season is all about change and transformation. Letting things die so then you can transfer, like when you put a seed in the ground, it dies, it transforms, and then it grows something new. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you have to allow, things to change and to die, and then change and transform in your life. And you can only do that by being like the chariot. The chariot is a powerful, powerful force who only sees progress, who's only seeing ahead. He's not thinking about who hurt his feelings last week, what went wrong, all of the disappointments, the money that was lost, who broke his heart, and everything like that. I'm not saying that you can't have feelings. What I'm saying is, hey, you selected this card group, so it's time for you to be like the chariot and to move forward and that's how you will allow the abundance and the prosperity and the wealth into your life. It's not by staying in that stagnant, despondent, sad, frustrated, regretful, trying to change the past. You change the past by changing your now and the future. When you change your now, it changes your future, and your future at some point will be your past. And so then you'll have a better story to tell, right? You'll be able to say, I was here, but then I decided to let that die and transform, and then I got here. And here is so much better than there, all right? So the wisdom card that you all receive is to be fair. To be fair. And I know when I see this card, it's usually dealing with balance and justice and being fair. You got to be fair to yourself too, It's not just always about being fair to other folk. It's about being fair to yourself. All right, so to be fair. Balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefits, the law of cause and effect. Life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing. Yet over time, they strike a balance. You move from being, from stasis, to doing, from discovering. Excuse me, y'all, I lost my place. From discovering to loving, and loving to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. And the prosperity message says, now is a time of even exchanges, for even exchanges. Justice will prevail, and you will be treated accordingly. In all your affairs, you will be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. This is also a good time to square your finances and to take stock of how you're compensated for your work. This card signifies balance, justice, and negotiations. So remember that all things must be fairly recompensed. Keep this as your truth, and so it will be. All right. So, to be fair is reminding you that you really do have to maintain a certain sense of balance and being fair and going deep, even within, like I said, your finances, and understanding how are you being paid? How much taxes are coming out of your check, or if you pay child support, or if you pay for daycare, or what, like, to really look at where all of your resources are going and to be fair about it. It's so easy sometimes when we feel like this 4 of Cups energy, like, hurt, disappointed, somebody did me wrong, then we do kind of want to act like Morgan and just be like, death to all, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes even that's not fair, right? That's not balanced. You can only control yourself. So get yourself in order. Get your mental house, your physical house, your money house, all of get your house in order. Get you in order. Be focused like the Chariot. Stay focused and clear on where you want to be and where you're going, and do it now. Don't wait until, next year, next month, to start doing it. Start doing it now. Love yourself enough to do it now, all right? So that is it for your reading this week, November 3rd through the 9th. Make sure you click below to get those 3 things I talked about. You can watch Everybody's a Scorpio, including you, for free. You can rewind this message and listen to my opening message for free. But make sure, because this is only available for a limited time, that you get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde. I think that's really going to help a lot of you. And that's only $10. And you'll get instant access to that. You'll be able to download it. And click below to book a personal reading. Get my book, The Magic of Self-Love. Rewind this again to see if you are one of the winners this week, and to leave a love offering and donation. All right, so that is it. That's it for y'all's reading. Thank you all so much for watching, and until we speak again, I am wishing you all so much peace and love. All right, y'all, so thanks for watching our pick a card this week. It's been my absolute pleasure to come before you all this week, November 3rd through the 9th, and do this pick a card reading. Congratulations again to our winners, because we had two winners this week. So congratulations to our winners down below. I look forward to hearing from you all soon. And to everyone else, make sure you celebrate them and congratulate them. Thank you all for, just leave your feedback also. Tell me, how these readings are impacting you and benefiting you. But also comment your card selection by Monday, November 4th, if you want to be in the running to win our November giveaway. Get the 10 ways to thrive during Mercury retrograde now for only $10. And I believe that's it. Until we speak again, I'm wishing you all so much peace and love. Thanks for watching.